Hello beautiful people, welcome back to another how to build series. I've been doing this for over a year now, where I show you guys how to build most highly requested builds that I have shown in my video. 8 months ago I decided to pack up my bags and move into a van for a week. I posted that video. Those videos did amazing, which I want to say thank you. Finally here to show you guys how to build this beautiful van right behind me. I'm gonna go super in-depth detail, so if this video is like 45 minutes long, I am not sorry, because I'm trying to give you guys like the full detail on how to get exactly like mine. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so remember, I got this van sold to me by Dr. Phil, so thanks to him we have this. Wow, quick little 360 tour. Not the best building skills, by the way, so don't come for me if you're like, why is one tire sticking out more than the other? Well, there's just some things I just can't explain. This van shouldn't be more than $180,000. Currently I have with me almost $300,000. I'm gonna color the floor, trying to make this easier on your guys' eyes. Welcome to class. Pay attention. Go to build, basic shape. You're gonna go to cube. You're gonna grab a transparent cube. Main passage you'll be needing for this build is just transform tool and advanced placement. That's it. Color grading one is optional, but that's just if you want to get the exact colors. You want it to be like 6 tiles away. Place the cube right in the middle, just like that. That is so hard to see. What was I thinking? Cube should be clear. Understood. Change your grid size to the largest. And from here, 3 by 3. Okay, and then make it as thin as possible. You're gonna copy it onto the other side. So now you have 2 3 by 3 cubes. All right, grab another transparent cube. We're just gonna make it's like a little pillar. How high you do this cube is how much raised your van will be from the floor. For example, you see this van is raised a little bit. For how you want it to be, that's on you. But normally I would do 1.4 ish, not too high. Make sure that cube's in the middle, and you're gonna grab that same cube, duplicate it into the middle of the other 2 cubes. So now you should be having something like this: 2 big cubes with 2 little pointy things going up. Okay, now we're gonna finally grab a normal basic cube, place it on top of that, go to your scale tool, resize it, flatten it out all the way, and then from here you're gonna want to stretch it to like 13 and then 11. 13 and 11. Okay, grab the same cube and put it on the other side, and grab these little cubes and just like that. So you should be left with this when you pop both cubes together. The only reason I'm doing this is so that if you ever want to move your van, it'll be so much easier to move it. And if you can see like there's a little bit of a height difference, just grab your transform tool, and you're gonna have to like size it down and then bring it back up until it's evened out. Maybe push it in a little bit if you need to, just like that. Boom shakalaka. Anyways, you have your foundation finally built. Wow, congratulations, but we're not done. This is barely 1% into the build. Listen closely. You have 2 different tiles here. Okay, so we're obviously gonna have to repeat that process again. But before we can repeat that process, we need to build the walls and how tall your van is gonna be. This is gonna be up to preference, but if you want it to be exactly like mine, then keep following my steps. Grab a cube, place it at the very end. Doesn't really matter, you'll fix this later. Flatten it out as much as possible, and this is where the height comes in. Okay, you're going to resize cube to 8.85, and if you don't know how to find it, you'll see these little numbers when you're moving it. 8.9 works the same. So from here you're gonna start to scope out where your door is gonna be, driver's side is gonna be, all those things. So a lot of thought goes into this. Place your cube right here, and then you're just gonna drag it to like right there, because then we have our door here, and then the rest will obviously be the van. Copy it, or just max it out. Now all you have to do is just copy it on the other side, this on the other side, and boom shakalaka. This is how your van should be looking like right now. Don't worry about this not being even, we'll fix that right now. We're gonna grab a cube, you're gonna place it right in the front. Okay, again, we're going to flatten it out as much as possible, and then we're gonna stretch it to across the whole thing, which should reach 11. Okay, bring this to the front as much as possible, and then you see how it's like hanging off. Grab your transform tool and push it to line it up. Okay, from here you're gonna grab the exact same cube. Now just rotate it and make sure it aligned right here. Grab your scale tool, resize it just enough to fit, and cover that gap right there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but try to just, make it fit. And then again, since it's overlapping, like hanging off, grab your transform tool and just line everything up. And here's where you'll align your door correctly. Duplicate this little cube to the other side. You see how it's overlapping right here? We don't want that. Transform tool, push it in. You never need a bigger size, This is what we have so far. Hey, come on, give yourself a big round of applause, because we're not done. From here, we're still gonna be stuck in basic shapes for a minute. You're gonna want to find this horizontal wedge. I'm gonna place it right on top of those cubes. Okay, make sure it's straight, not like mine all crooked. Unless you want a crooked van, then Go off, honey. I'm not gonna. We listen and we don't judge, you know? Okay, place it in the middle. We're gonna make it skinny. Grab this and just make sure it like meets both ends, you know? As much as possible. Then just drag it down. Something like that. Push it forward. And just, you don't want anything overlapping from the outside, but it can overlap from the inside because you're not gonna really be using it like that. If you want to be a like super perfectionist, then you could just thicken the bottom one to make it fit better. But this is how it should look. Duplicate that exact same thing on the other side. Push it back a little bit, just like that. Yes. Now you're gonna want to duplicate the bottom, place it right on top, grab your transform tool, and then grab this blue thing and just like almost make it like lay on top of it. That's what will give the illusion like of the engine and make it start to look like a van, you know? If you need to make it a little bigger, then by all means go for it. It should just lay on top. That's our goal, just to make it lay on top. If you need to resize anything just because you didn't measure correctly the first time like me, go off and do it. For example, my doors, I'm going to push them in a little bit more. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side. Just going to delete this one, grab this other cube, place it right here, go like that. Okay, now that we have everything in place, just how it's supposed to be, we're still not done. But for now, we're basically done with the front part. Let's move on to the body. Make sure that all these walls are aligned just like that, and we're also going to want to have our back door as well. This is optional. You can make it a functional back door, or you could just have it as decoration. My back door is actually functional, so I'll show you exactly how mine works. You're just going to want to grab again another basic cube, put it all the way to the back, make sure that everything is aligned correctly. So I'm gonna fix this right here, and then from here you're just gonna want to size it down to like a 3.05. Place that on one end, duplicate it and place it on the other end, and then your back door will be right here. Fix what you need to fix so everything lines up together and perfectly. Now grab one last one, put it here in the middle, resize it so it almost like closes it, and then resize it down to a 3.15. Grab it, make it align it, and then push it all the way up so that it matches perfectly, just like that. That's how big your door will be. Obviously, if you want a bigger door, then you can obviously just resize it. I'm gonna actually make mine to a 2.35 just because I feel like that's gonna give me so much more space and room. And then there we go. As you can see, our van is starting to get its shape and come together, which is a good thing. If you want your van to have windows like mine, again, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. It will just take a couple more steps, but it's nothing too hard or difficult. All you're gonna have to do is just resize this wall to about 3.45. Grab it, duplicate it right on top. Make sure that you know how big you want your window to be. You could place your windows literally anywhere. From here, just like leave an opening where you want your window to be exactly. 3.45. I'm gonna put that one over here, grab one more, put it right here in the middle, resize it so it matches both, bring it down to a 3.05, bring it up, and then my window would be too small, so I'm going to resize that as well to 1.7, so I get a pretty nice big window opening. Boom! And then in order for you not to repeat this entire process, just delete this back wall and add it to the back. If you don't want any windows, then go off and don't add windows, you know? So now our van has windows and our doors, so that's amazing. To make it look a little bit more professional, we're just gonna copy the top piece from our window, place it at our door, and then that should just connect everything together like so. Try to align everything as best as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect though. Repeat it on the other side. Boom! And then you're going to grab the same thing, place it over here, grab your scale tool, resize it to like about 11.75. This is just so it can like close this place here off. Make sure you align it correctly. Go back to your scale tool or your resize tool and just make sure there's no overlapping or anything like that. And then boom, this is what you should have. I'm going to resize it to like 1.35 just so I have a bit more windows room space. And then there. Now Bloxburg doesn't really allow you to have these curved things here, but we're gonna bypass that today by going to build, going to basic shapes, we're gonna use convex straight right on top of here. Okay, this is where it gets really tricky, so pay close attention. One, resize it to like 0.35. That's a pretty good curve shape. Again, you can choose how curved you want it to be. And then from here, place it on top, and then just bring it all together. Maybe leave like a little bit of space right here. You'll see why in a second. You're gonna want to bring that all the way up to the front. Resize it so you get a good shape. Something like that. And then do the exact same thing on the other side. You don't want these lines showing, so fix that if you can. Copy it onto the other side. To make sure that they're aligned, like push it up against the other and then bring it back into its place. Just so we know that our measurements will be correct. To the other side. There we go. What did I use right here? I didn't use anything. I just made it straight. Hold on, I lied. I lied, guys. Bring it back all the way. My fault. That was my bad. Copy this in the middle. It's in the middle. Resize it so that both ends are touching. And then resize it down. Grab it and place it in the front as well. Front of the van, grab one of these. Place it here. Make sure both ends are touching. And then don't worry for the little things we need to cover up. I'll show you how to do that right now. Push it in. So all the lines will be touching, okay? Here, now we have these little corners, which are not cute to look at. You could leave it like this, maybe add some headlights and save yourself some time. But if you want it to look like mine, you know to build shapes. You're going to grab this convex outer corner right here on the corner, quite literally. And then just resize it until if you're gonna have to play around with this for a bit because these shapes are like weird. In the end, it comes out looking amazing. First time, this took me 30 minutes just to figure out. But now that I know how to build it, it's so much easier. Don't worry, there's not gonna be like the most perfect. And copy it onto the exact other side. Just like that. Stress about it too much because at the end of the day you won't really be able to notice if it's at our floor. We're gonna color our floor black. We're gonna cover our, and then we're gonna grab another basic cube, put it in here, size it down, and just cover the entire floor so all the black disappears. Easier on you guys. Let's color these wooden floors now. I used a custom color and the material I used was polished horizontal wood planks. To add this like black outline to the van, you are gonna want to color the entire van this light stone gray, and the material is going to be smooth plastic. Officially spray painted the whole van white. Shapes, grab another cube right here, flatten it out as much as possible and extend it as much as you want it. Bring it up and then place it like a little out so you can't, make sure you don't see it inside, just the outside, okay? From here, just grab the same color you colored the floors, extend mine just a little bit more, just copy and paste it to the other side. Do it to the front, just copy it, size it down right there, just like that. You're doing amazing, sweetie. You already know. You guys got this. We're not done yet though, so don't get too excited. Wheels, go to build, basic shape. Grab this horizontal cylinder. Make your wheels too thick. You can make them to like 0.65 and then like raise it up above like 2.65. Bring out your wheel, place it where you need to place it, and color it black for now. It's okay if it comes out a little bit in the front. Place your 4 wheels all around in the back, just like that. Now we have 4 wheels. For the headlights, is really simple and easy. Build basic shapes. Grab another cube. Flatten it out, resize this to like 3.45 and then down to 1.55. Color it yellow. I use Daisy orange. Bring it up to where the headlights would be, and there you go. Copy it to the other side. You can make them a little smaller because these are pretty big, but it's just so it gives the illusion that they're there, you know? And you got your 2, yeah, make them a little bit more smaller. Kind of went a little overboard. Boom shakalaka. There's transparent cube. This is where our window finally comes in, our windshield. Place it wherever it wants to be placed, honestly. Bring it down. Going to just resize it, just make it thin, make sure it fits the whole thing. We don't want no bugs, no mosquitoes, no none of that. No thank you. Unless if that's what you want, then go for it. Boom shakalaka. You could add a little tint, which could be like a little blue tint or a black tint, whichever tint you want. I'm gonna go with this steel blue. Boom. Okay, now move on to more in-depth details. To make our door, we're just gonna go to basic shapes. Have this cube, flatten it out. I'm gonna raise mine up to about 7.2 and then extend it, stretch it out to about like 6.35. Make sure it pops out just a little bit so you can know that that's gonna be your door, you know? And color it the exact same color as the outside of the truck and do the exact same thing on the other side. My back door is a little bit more complicated and different, so for that, just grab another basic cube, flatten it out, extend it, and then place that cube on top. Make it into little pillars, you know, just enough. Raise it to about like 3.25. It's a pillar on each side. Make sure they line up. Pillar in the middle. Then put another little pillar on the top. Blue one, you're gonna bring it down and you're gonna extend it so it touches both of the pillars touching. Transparent cube, fill those two little gaps in. I tinted these windows black, color the bottom white, and then color these pillars black. I call them pillars. I don't know if that's the correct word. Just color them black like that. Then copy the top one right on top, and then use your transform tool to bring it down so it looks like, you know, a window. Then go to build, go to structural, grab this standard round rod, small round rod, and then on the back side you're just gonna put like two little things like this to make it look like you can open the window, and then one right here. Make it a little bit more bigger than mine, and color all of those things black, and then use your transform tool to push it to the back. From here, one from the side, put it on top. I recolored mine blue so you guys can see it better, but yours should be black. And then from here is just preference how much you want it to cover, and then yours should look something like this at the end, and that should be your window from the back. If you don't like this thing glitching, then you can push it up a little bit more so it doesn't like merge in with the white, just like that. And then you have your back door that you can fully move, open the door, and just overall make it look more realistic than it is, just to look more realistic. Okay, the same procedure will be done with the windows, just a little bit more simpler. So grab your cube, put it in the middle, make sure you just flatten it out all the way, copy it, make a little, you know, you're just making an outline. Basically you're making black frames, okay, like a picture frame but for windows. Don't worry about this little gap thing, you'll fix that right now. Grab another one, put it in the middle, flatten it out, make it the exact same size as the bottom one, bring it up, fix whatever you need to fix over here, recolor everything black. Grab a transparent cube, put that in the middle, flatten it out. You already know the deal. I tint mine black, and then grab another one of these, place it on top, and then bring it to the bottom. This is what's gonna separate and make it look like you have two windows. I am so sorry if I'm so bad at explaining. It's because I'm doing it as I'm explaining. That's not really good for my brain. But go to build, go to structural, standard round rod, grab the small round rod, and then just make two like little things right here. Don't worry if they're not perfect, you'll fix those with transform tool. Color them black, and if you're like, make sure you'll be able to notice it. So that right there will be your window, and all you gotta do is just copy this window onto the other side, and then copy the middle thing at the top, use your transform tool to bring it down, and there you have it. Both your windows are created. Now for these front windows, all you have to do is go to build, basic shapes. I want to get done with all the outside so we can move on to the inside and be super detailed. Just gonna grab your cube, flatten it out. However big you want your window to be, that's how big it will be. I used a pastel blue color. Actually, I'm lying. I used baby blue. I used my transform tool and just put it right here. This one doesn't matter if it does go inside because, you know, obviously the window, you know, and just copy it onto the other side. Boom, shakalaka. Okay, now I do have these little thingies. It's super duper easy to create. All you're gonna do is go to cube, make it like this, resize it to like about 1.2, duplicate it right on top. This will make it more like of a, resize it to like 0.65. Color them both black. I'm gonna use different colors so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So the red one, all I'm gonna do is just push it out a little bit, and then from here you just grab it and make these your side mirrors, you know, put them right there. If you colored them black, they should look something like this. It's just small little detail. Boom, shakalaka. To add a little bit more in-depth thing to this thing right here, we're gonna grab a cube, place it right on top, resize it. You gotta make sure it's the same width as the whole entire truck. And then from here, just gonna bring it down, make sure everything matches up. If it doesn't, then you can always just go back in and match things up, just like that. Recolor it, and now it looks like a better, you know. You essentially just want to cover the whole entire like front here, because it gives you more storage when we're going into the inside. Oh, my back itches. Oh, someone come scratch my back. At the little door handles here, are you gonna just go to basic shape? You're just gonna go to structural, standard rods, a small one, and just put it right here in the corner. It doesn't have to be too big, and you can leave those the normal default color, but I like to color mine black just to make sure everything is like color coordinated type beat on the other side as well. Now for the detail of the van, brought up a van reference in real life. I saw that it was like it basically looks like metal, so in order to achieve that look, I decided to go with detailed stuff. So you go to build, you're gonna go to structural, standard round rod, and we're gonna use a little bigger one. We're gonna use the standard one, and we're essentially gonna just start from here. I'm not really sure how much, but just don't go over the window, and then from here just do like this. So make sure it looks like that so far. This will extend to the door, so you will have to put it on the door and connect everything like so. Try to make it as best as you can. So it's gonna look a little like that, okay? Don't lose me now. You're then gonna grab your small round rod and just copy the exact same frame, but just now with the smaller one, you know? If that happens to you, just use your transform tool to rotate it and push it down. Boom! Here, use your transform tool to like bring it more downwards just to make it closer to the lines. And if you have one like this, just resize it so that they all match together. Boom. I realized that I didn't use the standard round rod on my original build, but I feel like it looks better with the standard round rod. If you do want to do like my original build, then just use the small round rod for both outlines. Where I did bring in the standard or round rod is for this part right here, which is a little tricky, but it's not that bad. Oh, you're gonna want to start off like from right under the window, bring it onto the door, but then right here you're gonna stop and you're gonna bring it like downwards, like a little downwards, and then from here you're just gonna grab it and bring it even more downwards. I know mine stops at the white line, but I kind of like messed up, so it's okay. Grab your small round rod and just copy the exact same outline to the under the standard one, and it should look something like this, okay? And I know you'll be like, what the heck is that? You're just gonna have to recolor everything that color. Improvise if you need to. Don't feel like it needs to be exactly like mine. It can be different. So it looks something like this, you know, looks way cleaner than whatever the heck this was. But again, just copy this little rod right here to the door of the van, and just so it looks like you can open it, you know. When it comes to more details, go to build basic shapes. You're gonna grab this horizontal cylinder and make it as small as possible. This is gonna be your gas tank thing, okay? Color it black. Use transform tool, and you're just gonna, you can place this one quite literally anywhere. Just make sure it's visible, you know, just like that. And then we have this little like hazard light thingy. You're gonna go to build basic shapes, cube, and make this cube as small as possible as well. I'm gonna leave mine at like 0.7, and then just color that one yellow, or you can use my custom color, which you could just place it on the back. I also decided to make my custom head like little lights things for the back now, just because it looks a little bland. We are gonna grab another cube, put it in the back, resize it, color it black, just so it looks like the trim goes all like, just so it looks like the black trim goes all around the van, you know, and just copy it on the other side. While we are here, we're gonna make our little headlight type thing. So place the cube right on top of it, make it, resize it down to about 0.75, place two other ones on top of it. Okay, you're gonna see why. You're gonna color the bottom one is dark like reddish. You can choose which red. I use crimson. And then the top one, the middle one, you're gonna want to leave it like a, you're gonna want to use light stone gray for the middle one, and then you're just gonna put this at the very back where the lights would go. You can add like neon stuff here, you want it to actually glow, but just this is just like little details, you know. But if you're like that, then go off. So it looks like that. Okay, whatever you did on this side, you're just gonna repeat it on the other side, so you guys can see the other side looks exactly like the front view. To save time, I'm not gonna do that side. You guys get the idea, right? Whatever you did on here, you're gonna do on the other side. But that's pretty much it for like outside. Now we're gonna go into the inside. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult. This is how the inside looks from my van, which kind of looks a little complex, but do not get scared. Most of these things are just decorations. Once you have the main structure down, it's gonna be so much easier. So as you guys can see, I have like these things here. What I did to achieve that was I went to build and I grabbed this Corvex straight, and all I did was just stretch it out as much as I possibly could. I left the exact same like default size it came. I just stretched it out, and then from here all I did was just rotate it and then pushed it up like that. Let me fix this like height thingy. Make sure everything aligns, okay? So now when you go to the inside, you're gonna be like, oh wow, you know. But because I need this to connect, we're just gonna push it in. That's where the outside looks a little weird, but we go back in to fix that in a bit. You're just gonna recolor it. You're just gonna copy that onto the other side as well. On the other side as well, but here just make them a little smaller, or you could leave them the same. It doesn't really matter. So it doesn't glitch, I am gonna resize mine to like 9.45. And on the other side as well, when you look inside, it should look a little like this. For this part right here, all you're gonna do is grab a cube, place it in the middle, bring it down, and then you're gonna make like a shelf. This is for storage purposes and stuff like that. It should like end like right there. Push it back if you have to. It's up to your choice how much storage you want up here. Grab another one, place it right there. And this one, you're just gonna push it like all the way kind of to the top. You are gonna want to resize this one so it doesn't like go out, you know. and then recolor all of that the same wood grain color that I had. You could leave the backdrop white, but if you want to be more like seamless, just grab another cube and make a backdrop, which is just by resizing everything, bringing it a little forward, just all the white to be covered up, and there you go. You have your little storage container space type B. Yeah, this van, you guys are gonna have a little bit more space than I have in my original one, but the driver's side is not gonna have like a lot of space. In my original van, I have 2 little storage thingies, so that's pretty easy to do. You're just gonna copy the top one, put it at the bottom, drag it up. There you go. Now we're gonna move on to like making the roof right here with that like texture stuff, just so we can fix the outside as well, because if you look at the outside, you're gonna be able to see like the wood grain poking out. But if that's what you like, then by all means go for it. A cube, I placed it down, I extended it just about right enough like to cover both sides where the 2 white lines meet up, and then from there I just extended it, covered as much as I possibly could, and then obviously duplicated it to do it on the other side, brought it down just like that, and I just recolored everything the exact same wood grain color that I had. And then on top of that, I added it again, but this time I colored it the exact same color from the van. When you look inside, you will see the wood grain as your like roof, but from the outside you won't be able to see. You'll just be able to see like white. To cover this, all I did was go to build basic shapes. I grabbed this beveled horizontal cylinder, placed it on top, extended it as much as I possibly could, and then just resized it until everything, like all the wood grain stuff, was covered. So right here, you're gonna have to play around with it. I won't be able to give you an exact measurement. Just make sure everything is covered up like so. Color it white, and you see the wood grain will like disappear. You will see a little bit creaks and cracks from here, but like if that's not a problem for you, then you don't have to worry about that. But if it's a problem, then you can just cover it up with more basic shapes. So in the end, it'll look something like that. It adds like dimension to like the roof. And again, what you did to one side, you're gonna do to the other side, just like that. Boom shakalaka. And that's pretty much for the outside. All you're gonna just do is grab a cube, flatten it out, and extend it as much as you can. Okay, once you've done that, you grab another one and place it right on top, and then just extend that one towards the very end. It's like so around right there. Since it will be on top, you're just gonna place it down, and you're gonna color these a darker shade. My custom color that I used for that specific would be AEA092. I thought I was showing you guys like the colors, but you can just color match them. Like the wood for the entire wood is gonna be E0CEBB. Anyways, from here, you're just gonna copy the very first one a couple more times, however much you want it to look. I'm just gonna make 4. Then from here, you're gonna bring them on top of the roof. You could have done this on top of the roof too, but that's up to you though. Bring all of them to the very top, because if you do it at the bottom, it's just gonna block it and it's not gonna let you do it how you need to do it. Align all of them how you want them to be aligned. And since I ran into a problem, which I don't know why I didn't want to merge in with each other, I'll go ahead and do that now. You can fix yours too. You're gonna see them pop up through like the roof right there. You can choose how much you want it to show, or if you barely want it to show, as long as you can see it, just to add some detail. Make sure you grab it from the very first block you place, so you can be grabbing both. And here you can go in and like push them closer, or do whatever you need to do, whatever you desire. If you just wanted one, then you could use one, just like that. Now we're gonna add lighting, just should be easier. But on the top, you're gonna grab a basic cube again. Bro, I probably said like basic cube like 10,000 times in my whole entire life already. That needs to be studied. Make it like a round, just a good amount size cube. You're gonna go decorate lighting. You're gonna find this landscape uplight, place it down. The color that I chose for mine was light stone gray, and I colored the other part white, and I changed my material is metal, but I suggest you change your material to smooth plastic, just so everything looks better. From here, you're gonna map out where you want your light to go exactly. I suggest to just put 3, one there, one in the middle, and then like one towards the front. Have the red one rotated a 180, and then push it down until you see it come up on your ceiling. Just the light part, that's all we need. All we need is a light. Do that exact same thing to the other 3, and boom shakalaka, we have lighting. You can add some LED lights right here, like grab your horizontal neon light, just place a little here. I do have this one in my original van. I'm just going to show you really quickly because this is really simple. I use this custom color called F4ACB7, and then for the other part, you can leave it however you want, but I always like to color mine white. Use your transform tool to like just make sure it pops out just a little bit more, and you get more lighting out of it. And then yeah, you have an LED light right here. For the inside now, we have the kitchen to build, the bed to build, and the bathroom. We're gonna start off with the bed part because that'll be the more easier part. For the bed, you're gonna grab a basic shape. You're gonna grab a cube, put it all the way in the back, and then just resize. This is how big your bed is gonna be and how tall you're gonna want your bed to be. You're gonna go to bed and you're gonna make sure that this old mattress, grab the new mattress, fits. If it doesn't fit like mine, that means we have to make our bed bigger. Now that my bed fits, I know I can continue the building process. From here, I'm gonna grab another basic cube, place it over here, flatten it out like that, bring it to the top, bring it all the way to the corner, push it in, and here's where you're gonna start creating like your little shelf. Grab another cube, flatten it out downward, and then extend it, and then from here just push it up, and from here you'll just start creating how many shelves you want. This is optional, you can choose how many shelves you want. It just reset everything, but oh my gosh, you get the point, right? Okay, capiche. Build, go to structural, grab this wooden plank and grab the horizontal plank and just make like a little shelf in the corner over here. Don't worry if they're not placed perfectly, you can fix that by using your transform tool. And there we go. Go to build, go to basic shapes, grab a cube, place the cube right here. We're gonna cover that little thing right there just to make it look better. Something like this, place it upwards, recolor it the wood grain type color, resize it to whatever you need to resize it to. Recolor these shelves thing and recolor the whole shelf the wood grain color. But decorate, go to bed and grab the new mattress and put it right on top. And that, my friends, would be your bed. Okay, we now need to build the shower, which is very simple and cramped. So to do this, you're gonna go to basic shapes, grab a cube, place the cube right here. And I say, okay, first bring it all the way to the top, and then like for how big the wall should be, I would say that maybe like a 4. It should be like a 4. Bring it in, and then from here you're gonna push it all the way to like where your bed frame is at, because we're trying to have as much space as possible, you know. And then from here, give it like make like kind of half of your window so you have space for your desk and stuff like that. And then from here, grab another basic shape. You can use the basic shape to make a new flooring if that's what you would want. Let me check what I have here. I don't have a different flooring, I still have wood, so I'm not gonna do it for this one, but it would look better. But we're just gonna make a frame right here just to keep the water out from the kitchen and everywhere, you know. You gotta think about like the realism of it. Bring it up just a little bit, just like that. We're gonna color all of this the same color as the whole entire van. Don't worry about the top yet. You're gonna go to decorations, you're gonna go to plumbing. You could choose any toilet you want. Toilet I ended up using and going with was this Hilt floating wall toilet. Just place it there, doesn't matter where, place it. And then for the shower head, what I used was this luxurious shower set. Grab this little thing at the bottom that we made, extend it to about 2, and then bring it up just to cover like that little thing right there. You can cover it up even more, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. Make sure nothing is peeking out, so I'm just gonna resize that as well. And then there you go. That's your bathroom and your bedroom done. Over here I do have like a little dining area, but before we get into dining area, we're just gonna get over with the kitchen. So for the kitchen, you're gonna use a basic shape, grab a cube, place it on the floor, and make sure all of this is covered up. You can use a little bit more of this space over here just because you won't really be opening doors like that, but then extend it to like 3.85, and then something like this. Grab a normal counter just so you know how high it's gonna be. So you go to decorate, you're gonna counters, grab basic counter just so you have an idea of how big a counter should be. I'm not sure if I did use the exact size. I very much did. Okay, but for this, it's pretty simple. It's not too complicated. Just place it on top. Just do as I do, because I feel like I keep saying flattening it out too much. You guys can be like, girl, what the heck, that's not even a word. But just make sure it matches up. Don't bring it all the way to the top, because you still need to put the main, like the top part, and that adds to it. But just do this, okay? I don't know how to explain this part, but do something like this. Do this, place one right here, and then place a cube right here. This cube in the middle though, it is gonna be a little more different than the others. You're gonna extend it, and then you're gonna push it like a little forward. You're gonna grab another one of these, put it in the middle, make it as small as possible, and then there you go. And then grab that exact same one, put it on top, push it down, extend it just to cover the entire like base thing. I don't know how to explain that, but this will be your countertop. There we go, your countertop, just like that. Yeah. Over here, make sure you grab one of these so you can cover the back, like the white parts from the back. You don't really have to worry about too much of the resizing here, because you're not gonna go into the counters and check, you know. But just make sure nothing like is leaking. And the other side as well. It's gonna be so much easier if you're doing this on PC. So if you're doing this on mobile, then you're like built different. Cause I don't think I could do this on mobile. But if you are doing it though, share this with me on Instagram at @IconandCloud. Tag me and then I'll repost it and be like, wow. If you built this build too on TikTok or on Instagram, just tag me and I want to see you guys, like how you guys build your build that I give tutorials on, you know. Even though I'm not the best, but I try. Just like that. Okay, we can delete this counter now. Now you're gonna grab the top counter one more time and then you're gonna resize it just a little bit, not too much, just so it gives like a little indent detail, something like that. And then recolor everything the same wood grain color besides the middle cube. You'll see what you're gonna do with that right now. The middle cube, you're just gonna grab it and paint it white. From here, you're gonna go to structural. You're gonna grab this standard beam, the thin one, and just make two little things right here. You can leave them this color brown. It doesn't look bad, but because the van is like mostly black and white, I am gonna paint those black. From here, you could add shelves and you could add whatever you want. I just decided to go with the normal cooler, which can be found in appliances. I used this cooler and I just recolored it pink. But if you have a mini fridge, that can also work. Let me see if I have a mini fridge. I do not have a mini fridge. Oh, what a bummer. Like if you have a mini fridge, that's gonna work perfection. But I'm just gonna go back in with my normal cooler. Now for like the sink part, it is gonna be a little bit more tricky. On my normal van, I do have the sink our right side, but since the window is there and I wanna add a mirror, I'm gonna do it the whole other opposite way, which was gonna be to the far left side, inverted. And to do that, pay close attention guys, okay? We're gonna go to plumbing and we're gonna find this box sink, which places itself to like literally any wall. Okay, which is a good thing. You're gonna go to basic shapes. You're gonna grab a cube, okay? Flatten out this entire cube, okay? Paint it white once and for all right now. Grab your sink and recolor it any color you want. I recolored my sink light stone gray and I used this custom color. Drag it to the far right side, very corner, because again, we need as much space as we can possibly have. There you go. That's how you get a functional sink on your custom made countertop. Now go to decorate counters and we're gonna get this wall mounted counter. This one is a little bit more trickier, so we are gonna have to undo some things, which is gonna be like removing the entire countertop. I know, I'm so sorry, but remove the countertop, completely remove it out of the entire van. We do not want to see the countertop right now. From here, you're going to remove this one to the back and then this one to the front, okay? Because we gotta make space for this. Grab your wall mounted countertop and then just place it wherever you feel like it. I'm gonna put mine right there. Now put the pieces all back together. I know it seems a little like confusing, but just put everything back together. Grab your countertop, put that all right there. Everything should align and everything should start to look a little something like this. This is just so you can have your functional stove and all those stuff. Recolor it the same wood grain color, and then the countertop, I colored that one white and used the material snow. Now you're gonna go to decorations, appliances, and grab this electric cooktop, and right on top of there, now you have functional sink. You can cook your food, you know? I know that was a lot. Add more storage space. I'll show you how to make this little thing really quickly. To do that, you're just gonna go back, grab another basic shape, place it down, flatten it out, extend it, just like this. And then do this in the middle, and then copy this to the other sides, like so. Grab the middle one, place it on top, bring it to the bottom, and just make sure all the corners connect. Right here, it'll be a good idea to start putting in your plates and whatever else you want, because then you'll put like a window type thing here, just so when you're on the road your plates don't fall off, you know. And grab another one of these thin squared beams and just put it right here. Recolor everything light stone gray, and then grab your entire shelf and just put it to the top, like all the way to the top. If it like leaks towards your bedroom, you could just bring it more this way. And from here, it's just gonna be personal preference. If you want it to be like towards the bottom or more to the top, I'm gonna have mine just be right there, and then I'm gonna push it back just so it connects with the wall. Like right above my window is where I'm gonna want to have it at. And then from here, you could just add like a little mirror, a nice cute little mirror. So decorations, go to mirrors, and you can grab this mirror here, or you could place all your seasonings, whatever you want, it's up to you. Now to create this little dining table here, again, it's gonna be really simple, but not too simple. But to make it functional, you're gonna go to decorate, you're gonna go to chairs, you're gonna find this stamp chair, just put it right here. You don't have to recolor it anything, but grab a basic shape, grab a cube, just enough to cover the entire wood thing. So just make sure that the wood thing is covered, just like so. but make sure you can still see it just a little bit of the wood thing, so you'll be able to click it and sit on it. Then from here, you're gonna go to build, you're gonna go to basic shapes, you're going to grab this velvet cube, place it right on top. How much cushion you want, that's how much you're gonna make it, and then copy it and then make like the little headboard type thing right there, and then push it back, recolor this thing, the wood stuff. And the color I did this was just seashell. I did add a little bit of a neon light at the top, so you can do that as well. And then for the table, it's just another basic cube, and extend it to the wall, a little down, little inwards like that, and then place that cube on top, push it down, and then here's like where the table, you can see like the difference of it, and then just color it the same as the rest of the wood. Here you can add a little bit more detail if you like by just doing something like this, just if you want. It's not necessary. And there you go, that's your little dining table. I did add a mirror on top, so for that just go to decorations, go to mirrors, and then choose this round mirror. I'm realizing that this van is probably gonna be smaller than my original van, but I just had to resize it. Never mind, we're good. And that I just colored it my custom color, which is E0CEBB. Just place it in the middle. You can place a clock here, you can place whatever you want here. Okay, so we're basically done with the entire layout of it, which is kitchen, bathroom, dining room, and bedroom. You are more than welcome to go and use your free will to decorate this. We just need to do the last couple things, which is the driver and passenger seat. This is how mine looks like on the original one. 2 seats and this little thing in the bottom. You guys will see how I did that. Go to build, basic shapes, grab another cube. In the middle, like exactly in the middle, you're gonna put this, make it basic shape 0.95, 0.15. Go to decorations, go to electronics, grab this TV remote and put it right in the middle and color it black. Go to decoration, chairs, and this comfort office chair, and just put 2 on the side like that, just like that. You can go to build, basic shapes, and add like a little table for the passenger if that's your cup of tea, and go out for it, push it up, and just extend it out for the passenger. Of course, color this one whatever color you want, but I'm going to color it white. And then for the driver's seat, obviously we need our steering wheel. All I did was grab this horizontal cylinder, place it right here. I flattened it out a little bit. I left it basically an exact same size, but what I did do is I searched up a picture of a steering wheel, and how I got the steering wheel was by going to decorations, going up frames, and getting this small rounded painting, which is the one that I used. I placed it on top. I colored the rest of the steering wheel black. I used my transform tool and I just pushed it up against the window, and to give a little bit like a little realism, I just put it up just like that, and then that would be your front. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I do have some details on the walls. This is optional, but you can grab a pillar, making it basic shapes, putting it right here on both, just for like extra support if that's your cup of tea. For the doors, you can copy what you did on the outside and the inside to make it more realistic. I went to structural, round rod, standard round rod, and then all I did was just outline the door. The good thing about this door is that you can use your transform tool to push it out, so that's easier to do. So you just do this, and then all I did was just make like lines in the middle, because this reminds me like of metal, so that's why I did that. And I just simply recolored these the exact same color as the door, so everything is just gonna be white. Then from here, use your transform tool to bring it all back in, and now it adds like so much more detail to it. You can go to decorations, go to lighting, and add like a basic light switch wherever you feel like it, wherever it allows you to place it. I'll place mine right there. And then for the door, do the exact same thing on the other side. And then yeah, that would pretty much be it for your van. Like, you would just be missing these wheel decals, which you can just find them just by searching up like wheels on the bus. No, all you gotta do to search that up is grab the picture frame and search up wheels. Now, if yours is sticking out from the outside like mine, just use your transform tool to push it back in. Like, go to change pictures, search up wheels, and some wheels should pop up for you. Or you can search up wheel to be more specific, or you can search up rim, and you get a lot of rims. So that's how I got those pictures. Let me open the door for you guys. This is what I mean by just pushing it in a little bit more. The other side doesn't really matter, like I said, because I don't think no one's gonna be looking over there. But to open the door, you just gotta use form tool, open it, And there you go. For the back, it's really simple. Just use a vent. Add a little, like, don't mind on this bowl on the floor. It's because I'm trying to stock up. Because, you know, like, the boba last time they took it off and I thought they were going to be there forever. And no, there's no boba. Got a bike to the back, a license plate, this like thing you can create with basic shape. But to be honest, I think this is a win. It's a van. It's going to be small and simple. And you can sleep in here. You can rest in here. Functional. You can shower. And at the end of the day, I left it undecorated so you guys can decorate it however you like. Let me know if you guys end up using this. And that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed me showing you how to build my van from 8 months ago. I'm sorry it took me so long to get this video out, and I'm sorry if the video is super long. I just wanted to be super in detailed, and if I sound tired, I am not, you guys. That was just my concentration voice because I'm trying to as detailed as possible for you guys. But once again, I want to give a huge shout out to you guys for just supporting me through all my journey when it comes to moving so much or moving into vans. I appreciate all the love and support you guys show me on all my videos. I hope that you guys are having a beautiful brand new year, because the day I'm filming this is December 31st at 7:51 p.m. So I wish you guys all a happy new year. Let me know what your plans are for the new year's down in the comments below. I would love to hear them. My new goal is for the new year, I want to post more because I abandoned you guys for a minute. Again, that was because of school, but I'll graduate school soon, so I won't have to worry about that for a big minute. Other than that, you guys, I love you guys all so much. Remember, God loves you so much. Make sure to get some rest, eat something, drink water, and then get back to build. I can't believe I actually did this. I thought I wasn't ever gonna post this video because I felt like it was super hard, but it's actually super easy. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Remember, if you use these builds, tag me in your Instagrams if you post them on social media, on TikTok at @ICaught_in_cloud, just so I can see them, because I've seen you guys build some stuff and I love it. Like, wow, people, I just love it. And then one TikTok went viral, which was like over 1 million views because I had cut off like something and people thought it was like a real life bedroom. I don't know. But yeah, I love you guys all so much, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye, clouds! This is the finishing result of both vans. I hope they look alike.